Hi, Kerry here from My Cloud Bookkeeping. Today we're going to look at how to track inventory in QuickBooks Online. Being able to track inventory quantities is only available in the Plus plan, and QuickBooks Online inventory feature works really well for basic inventory. So we'll walk through an example in the sample company so you can get an idea if this would be something that would work well for your business. To set up the products and services that you buy and sell to your customers, we pop to the sales section and choose products and services, which is also available across the top here. Now, in the other versions, you're not able to track quantities. You can only track these two options: non-inventory items, where you won't know how many you've got, and services that you provide. In this one, we can create an inventory item. Let's call this a quartz fountain. Let's decide that we're going to sell quartz fountains, whatever they are. If anybody is in landscaping business, I apologize. If there's a SKU for this particular product, you can add it here. Now, the category section here is a little confusing. Does it have an explanation? Kind of does. You get accustomed to seeing that word category in relation to the chart of accounts and the expenses. This is a category for our inventory and non-inventory items. So if we have a look at the drop down here, we would want to put our quartz fountain probably under fountains. So then we would have all of our fountains grouped together when we look at our inventory reports. I hope that's not confusing. Now, we could say that we want to reorder our inventory of quartz fountains when we get down to 5. So we can enter the reorder point here. Now, if we have any sitting on hand right now, this is our option to enter them. So it's a required field. I'm going to put that we had one at the beginning of the month, just for the sake of this exercise. Now, we have the option here to select our inventory asset account. In this particular business, we only have one. And what we're doing here is we're saying that we're purchasing these fountains and we're holding them in our inventory to sell later, which makes sense when you think that we're tracking the quantity. So this is not an expense yet, it's not income yet, it's something that we're going to record as an asset, and it will be sitting in our balance sheet, which I'll show you later. Now, we have the option here to enter in a description. Whatever we put here will appear on our invoices, but we can of course change it. So I'm going to write fabulous quartz fountain. I have no idea what this would be, but anyway, this is what I'm writing. And let's set a sales price of $5,000 for this thing. And we'll have it go to sales of product income because it's actually a product. Now, if there's someone we normally purchase it from, we can enter it here. We can also enter our cost here, and I'll show you what that does. We'll make that 2,500, not 25,000. And if there is a particular vendor that we like to purchase that from, we can put this here as well. And I think I'm going to go with Tanya. What's Tanya's? Yeah, Tanya's Nursery. Let's say we buy these fountains from Tanya. Could be some new line of business she has. So now we've actually set up an item in inventory that we can save and use whenever we want to sell it. Now, if we look here, we can see we have a low stock warning. Let's have a look and see what that's about. My goodness, look at this. We only have one fabulous quartz fountain, and we have a reorder point of 5. So why don't we just decide that we need to reorder this right now? Click reorder. And look at this, it pops up with Tanya's Nursery as the preferred vendor. We could, of course, change this if we wanted to get it from somebody else. And here are our fountains at a cost of $2,500. So the reorder point of 5 popped up. There it is. Yay, look at that. So why don't we order another 5 right now, here and now? Then we'll have 6 sitting on hand, and that would be fantastic. Let's save and close that. And this is our purchase order. So we're going to actually send it to Tanya, but because we're in the sample company, we're going to save and close, and we have an order for an additional 5 fountains. We'll take a moment now and we'll have a look at the balance sheet. You can see our inventory at the moment is $596.25. Let's go and receive our fountains. So we'll go here, new bill from Tanya. And yes, we're going to add them all from our purchase order. Don't you love these drop downs at the right hand side? I just love these. So here we've received our 5 fountains at a cost of $2,500. That's $12,500. So we can save and close that. Now let's have a look at inventory. All of a sudden it's $15,546.25 because those fountains are included in the inventory. Now let's take a quick look at our profit and loss for the month. So here we can see our sales so far this month are at $1,636.67, and pay attention to this. Our cost of goods sold, the cost of the items that we've sold so far, is $1,050. So now let's go and sell one of these quartz fountains. We'll create an invoice. We'll sell it to Amy. I think the quartz fountain will be beautiful in her bird sanctuary. So we'll pop down here, we'll choose the quartz fountain for $5,000. I'm removing tax because it's the sample company. So now we'll save and close and have a look at what happens. Our sales have increased. Sales of product income have increased by $5,075 to $6,636. And look at this, the cost of goods sold has increased also. So when we've pulled the item out of inventory, it's reduced the inventory amount, which I'll show you in a moment, and increased the cost of goods sold, so that the increase in profit is the $2,500 that we've made in the difference between the cost of the fountain and the sale price. So let's pop here to our inventory. Let's make sure that we refresh this. And here we go. $13,046.25 because $2,500 has been removed from inventory. I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense? Now there are also specific inventory reports you can run. Let's have a look at one of those. Here we go. Let's have a look at our quartz fountains. So at the beginning we had one with a value of $2,500. We purchased another 5, same price, and then we sold one to Amy's Bird Sanctuary. So you can see here we have a quantity of 5 at a value of $12,500, and that's the cost to us. So any items that you're carrying, you'll be able to very easily see what the average price is when you've purchased them and when you've sold them. You also have the option to get a physical inventory sheet. I'll pop into this. This is what you would use when you're doing a stock take. So if you're doing an inventory count at the end of the month, definitely end of the year, but maybe at the end of the month, you can see that it says we have 20 fountain pumps, and you can go to the part of your warehouse or storeroom that has the fountain pumps and you can make sure, and if that number's not the same, you enter in here what it is, and then if you need to do an adjustment, there's an inventory adjustment feature right here so that you can change the quantity if you need to. And this is going to an inventory shrinkage account, assuming that perhaps if you have 19 pumps, one of them has gone missing. Hopefully now you have an idea how the inventory function works in QuickBooks Online. If you have basic inventory, it works, as you can see, it works perfectly well. If you're a manufacturing organization or your inventory needs are more complex, then you might like to look at an app that integrates with QuickBooks Online so that you can capture all of the functions that you need. You can then integrate with the reporting and have the power of QuickBooks Online with the advanced needs met. Reach out if you'd like help choosing an app. One of the things I delight in is helping business owners find the right tools for their businesses. Everything's out there. It's just so exciting what we can do now with all of these different cloud applications that integrate so beautifully. The QuickBooks Online features are all set out in the blog post below. And click like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.